Hi, everybody. Good to see you all. So welcome. My name's Daisy and I am teaching on behalf of Cambridge Biomedical campus. So thanks to them and their wellbeing programme that we're able to be together. We're practicing every 2 weeks and there is a recording of the class that goes onto their YouTube channel. So please check that out if you want to practice in between sessions. If you want to have your cameras on, please have your cameras on, but please mute yourself. Like I said, the class is being recorded. So a couple of things before we start. If you are new to yoga or have only been practicing for a short amount of time, please, and it goes for everybody really, just practice within your own skill and understanding of the poses today. So don't necessarily try and force your body into any position that you're not yet ready for. So very simply, if something hurts, stop. If you can't breathe, adjust it. And if you can't smile, change it. So no pain, and like I said, work within your own ability today. If you need props, have them nearby. So whether you have yoga props, whether that's a block or a brick, or whether you have a book or a chair or a sofa or a wall, anything that you think you might need in case of balance or anything like that, please just have it to hand.
Remember, now we'll be knocking on the door and I won't be answering. You'll be answering the door, so leave.
I need to find out how to mute it on entry. It's been something that I keep forgetting to do. So have some fun mainly, and don't go beyond what you understand or your body understands today. So lunchtime practice. So you might have had your Easter break. You might not have done much moving. So again, enjoy the warm up and gently flow through today's sequence. We start and end with some breath work. So if you could find a comfortable seated position. And as you sit up tall, allow the shoulders to relax down. Palms can face down onto the knees or hands on top of each other, resting gently in the lap. And then close your eyes. Start with a couple of exaggerated big inhales and then exhale everything away. So almost like a big sigh of relief. And after a couple of big breaths in and out, let's all spend a few minutes together observing our breath. So noticing what part of the belly puffs out on the inhale and then softens down on the exhale. Continue with this, following the breath with the mind as it flows freely in and out. Some of you may be familiar with Ujjayi breathing, which is nasal, restrictive throat breathing. If that makes sense to you today, please go ahead. For everybody else, either breathe however comes naturally, or maybe try and make the sound of the ocean in your ear. So as we sit together, breathing easily, have a check-in with yourself, noticing any areas of stiffness or tightness, or maybe you have injuries, whether they're old injuries or new, just so that you can pay attention to them throughout your practice. And again, not moving your body aggressively at all. Everything in yoga is very subtle. So just acknowledging any tight areas or stiffness or injury, using your breath and sending it to those areas. So as you progress through today's sequence, try and remember to focus on the sound of the breath and the sensations of the breath. So don't resist the movement. So if your body wants to lift up as you fill the lungs with air, Allow the body to do that because it will soften down deeper on the exhale rather than trying to keep still like a statue. We are always moving in yoga because we are always breathing. Let's begin our lunchtime practice. Take a deep inhale and this time pause on the top of the inhalation. And then as you exhale, gently flip open the eyes, raise up the chin. Welcome. So we're going to start with a few easy seated stretches. So bring your arms up overhead. And then as you gently look up, lifting the gaze, press the hands together in prayer. And then see if you can draw the shoulders slightly away from each other and down. Take 2 big breaths up into the chest. And exhale everything away. 1 more. And then slowly look forward. Take your right hand to your right hip. As you look over to the left, reach your left hand up over the ear. We're going to not hold these poses. So we're just going to briefly go in and out a couple of times. Come back up to center, press the hands together, inhale. Left hand to left hip, look over to the right. As you exhale, reach right hand up overhead. Please mute yourself if you've just joined the class. Hands back up to center, inhale. Right hand to right hip. As you look over to the left, exhale, reach fingertips over. Now you may find you want to bend your elbow, which will increase the stretch from your hip to your shoulder. Play around, see if it feels okay. Back up to center, inhale. Left hand, left hip, look over to the right, exhale, bend that elbow maybe and reach the fingertips up overhead to the left. 1 more time each side, this time we're going to hold for 3. Inhale, lift up, right hand to right hip, maybe bending that elbow. Exhale, reach those fingertips up and over. As you look over to the left, close the eyes and breathe for 3. Nice big inhales and exhales for 2. 1 more. And then you can push the hand on the mat to give you some kind of oomph back up to center. Open the eyes, inhale. Left hand, left hip, look over to the right. Exhale, reach the fingertips over, bending that left elbow, closing the eyes if you're comfortable. Breathe for 3. For 2. So the idea is that you inhale as long as possible and exhale as long as possible. 1 more. And then press that hand, come back up to center. Hands still together. This time you're going to release the right arm out to the side and cup your right ear with your left hand. Inhale up into the right shoulder. And then exhale, as you draw the head gently away, reach the fingertips towards the wall. Close the eyes, breathe up into that right shoulder for 2. For 1. Release the pressure of that left hand, cup the opposite ear and gently allow the head to come back up to center. So it's important to move your head and neck carefully because the weight of the head is like a baby. Both hands back up, inhale. Exhale, right hand cups left ear and left arm reaches out to the side. Big breath up into the left shoulder, inhale. As you exhale, gently guide the head or ear away from that left hand. Gentle neck release. 1 more. And then releasing the pressure of the right hand, cup the right ear and gently bring the head back up to center, both hands up, inhale. And then exhale, hands behind you. I'll just move myself from the side so you can see. So I'm doming the fingertips pointing behind or maybe slightly towards the side of the mat. Tailbone wants to draw down. So you want to bring your tummy button in towards the spine and the tailbone down. And this will encourage your spine to lengthen out of the pelvis rather than compressing the discs of the lower spine. From here, roll the shoulders, inhale, Lift upper chest, upper back, look up, exhale. Soften the face, lengthening the front of the throat by drawing the chin up towards the ceiling and not allowing the head to collapse back. Take 2 breaths deeply up into the heart center. Enjoy feeling the breath, exhale. 1 more big breath into the heart center. And exhale. Slowly bring the gaze forward. Now this might be for you, it might not. If it's not for you, you can stay here with an open chest. If it is for you, you can flatten the palms and you tip the pelvis forward and you lift the glute muscles. Take another big breath. It's quite strong on the arms, but also on the hips. 1 more. Gently bring the bum back to the mat. If anything felt wrong with the hands or the elbows or the wrists, please do an adjustment. We're going to go up 1 more time. Inhale, squeeze the glute muscles to lift the pelvis. You kind of fold a tiny bit over the knees. 2 strong breaths. This is a strong pose, so do what you can. Try and distract yourself with the sound of the breath. 1 more. Good. Gently bring the glutes to the mat, look forward, and then release the hands from the mat. Shake off any tension. So you may well have leant too far back into the arms and they may feel like they've taken too much body weight. So just shake it off and then we'll begin warming up. Bring yourself to all 4s, or continue warming up, I should say. So we'll release everything out with a few rounds of cat-cow. So spread the fingers as wide as they'll go and press the entire palm into the mat. Tailbone tilts up towards the ceiling, belly hangs down. Inhale, lengthen spine forward. Lift the chin, press the hands. And then tuck chin to chest. Exhale, puff between the shoulder blades. So you have to push the hands strongly into the mat until you can feel your underarms. Inhale, lengthen spine forward, tilt tailbone up. Exhale, round down. 1 more. Inhale, tilt tailbone up, lengthen spine to the top of the mat. And then exhale, look down, really push the hands into the mat as you spread across that upper back. And then come to a neutral spine. Take your right shin behind you and your left foot on its side. Squeeze the bum, pushing the pelvis forward, and then release the arm up for an easy side plank. So you've got your right shin behind you, left foot is on its side, bum is not sticking back, it's pushing in. This is important because this switches on your core and your obliques on the side of the body. Look at the hand on the mat. Make sure the whole palm's pressing in and the shoulders are stacking. And then inhale, float up that left leg. Exhale, lower. Distract yourself with your breath. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And then on the last one, as you inhale, lift up, see if you can bend that knee and drop the hand to catch the ankle. If you can't hold the foot, don't worry. If you can, allow the knee to gently go back, and there's a tiny amount of pressure pushing the heel of this foot towards the bum. Now this is going to feel tight if you sit in a chair all day for your job because we're releasing out the hip flexors. Keep pressing this hand in the mat strongly. Engage your core by sucking your tummy button in towards your spine. Breathe for 2. Nice big inhales and exhales for 1. If you're wobbling, just take a stronger breath and smile. Gently release your arm back up and straighten the leg. Leg down, arm down, rotate torso back to center and push yourself to an extended child's pose. Maybe wriggle through the hips or breathe into the lower back for 2. Keep the face soft, go within and just try and focus on the breath for 1. And then we'll do the other side. Inhale back to all fours. This time take your left foot behind you, right foot onto its side. Press your hand into the mat, squeeze your bum, pressing the pelvis forward, and then raise up the arm. So distract yourself by pressing the hand in the mat and the fingers of the top hand, spread them wide, and then inhale, float up this leg. Exhale, release. Outer hip flex here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. You can see I'm taking really nice long inhales and exhales. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Same on the other side. So this time as you inhale, lift up. See if you can bend that knee and drop the hand back to catch the foot or the ankle. If you can't hold on, just reach the arm back and open up this top shoulder pectoral muscle. If you are holding on, guide the knee and thigh backwards and put a tiny bit of pressure on that heel towards the bum. You can check the hand on the mat, make sure that it's strong and there's no collapsing into that shoulder. And we're going to hold for 2. Nice big inhales and exhales. Open up this top shoulder, top pectoral muscle and keep the thigh coming back for 1. Arm up, leg straight, leg down, arm down. Rotate back to all fours and again push back to child's pose, releasing the fingers if you heavy loaded them. Clench and extend the fingers a few times. And we'll begin the flow of our sequence today. If you get warm and need to rest, then rest whenever you need to. Just have some fun and enjoy being able to move and breathe and try. Lift the face, spread the fingers wide. Hinge the body forward softly over the wrists and then tuck up the toes. As you hinge back, press the toes and the fingertips and lift the hips to down dog. So in your down dog, start to pedal out through the heel of the foot. Just enjoy moving, don't overthink it. So I thought I had someone's camera, it's off already. Well done. So just pedal out through the heels, open up the sides of the body. So lots of people forget to open up the sides of the body and they just move up and down or backwards and forwards. So try and open up the sides, moving fully. Enjoy being able to breathe, being able to move. And then I want you to pause your down dog. So stay in your down dog. Press your hands strongly into the mat. You can have your knees bent if you need to. Lengthen the spine and open up the backs of the legs. We're going to hold for 3. Big inhale for 2. 1 more. And then gently look between the thumbs, bend the knees and step or jump to the top of the mat. When you're there, release the spine forward. We call this halfway lift. So you lengthen the spine to the top of the mat and then bend your knees and fold your belly over your thighs. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. From here, lift the face and chest. As you allow the arms to hang heavy, keep looking down. And ragdoll yourself slowly up. Face and chin always come up last. Raise up the hands, spread the fingers wide. As you lift up the heel of the foot, press the shoulders down. Now, if you struggle with balance, find a single point to focus on. And you keep staring and you keep the eyes still. Engage the core and the pelvic floor and breathe here for 2. Remember, the body can move, but the eyes need to be still. 1 more. Heels gently down to the mat, hands to the heart center, feet together, and then release the palms forward, Tadasana. Shoulders roll up, back and down. So we're going to run through a few sun salutation variations. So keeping your feet together and knees together, I want you to bend your knees and sweep fingertips to Utkatasana, chair pose. So spread the fingers wide, look between the thumbs, and take a big breath in. And then exhale, hands to floor, look down. Look forward, lengthen, inhale. Step or jump, high plank. Knees down if you need to. So most people need their knees down, so don't be afraid unless you've got really strong arms. So chaturanga, elbows come in. You lower the chin and chest halfway. So you're in a low plank. Tiny flick of the heels, straighten the legs. And then inhale, roll shoulders, lift upper chest, upper back. Cobra. Tuck the toes, bum back to the heels, lift the hips. Down dog. Big breath in and out as you transition. Always focus on the breath. Trust the body to do what it can today. Right leg to ceiling. And then swing that right leg towards the top of the mat. Look forward, dome the fingertips, or maybe you have blocks. Back heel, bring it down onto the mat. And then you bend this front knee and you press the heel of the front foot to slowly come up. Warrior one, right side. Once you come up, if you need to adjust, adjust. Roughly it's heel to heel or heel to back arch of the foot. Arms up, shoulders down, chin lifts. Again, find something to stare at, soften the face, spread the fingers. If you feel strong and want to a challenge, you can gently lift the gaze. So as you look up, soften the eyes and press the hands together in prayer. Gently keep that 90 bend on that front knee. Focus on the front heel and the back heel. And I'm going to hold for 3. For 2. 1 more. If you're looking up, slowly bring the gaze back to center and separate the palms. Take a big breath in. Lift up the back heel and bring the hands to the floor as you exhale, step back, high plank. Knees down if you need. Lower chin and chest halfway. Tiny flick of the heels, straighten the legs. And then as you press the hands, inhale, roll the shoulders, lift the chest, lift the back. Cobra. Tuck the toes, bum back, down dog. Feeling all the time through your hands and your feet. Softening the face and taking a breath before we do the other side. Left leg to ceiling. Sweep that left foot towards the top of the mat. Look forward, dome the fingertips, lengthen the spine. Looking at that back heel, hop the foot in and put the heel onto the mat. Bend the front knee, push that front heel and come up. Warrior one, left side. Once you're up, adjust. Transitions are just a way to flow through the poses, but they don't bring you to the correct distance for you. So you have to learn to feel through the feet, whether you go too wide or whether you're too narrow. As long as you can breathe, move and smile, each pose should be okay. Shoulders press down, chin lifts. Find something to stare at, spread the fingers, soften the face and breathe. Strong warrior one. To make it even more challenging, again, you can gently start to look up towards the sky as you press the hands together in prayer. Shoulders broaden and press down, face softens, and I'm going to hold again here for 3. Big breaths in and out. for 2. Last one if you can. And again, if you're looking up towards the sky or the ceiling, slowly start to look back forward and then separate the hands. Inhale, lift the back heel, step or jump, high plank, exhale, chaturanga. Tiny flick, straighten the legs, feel the pelvis flatten, and then inhale, drag the tummy button towards the top of the mat as you lift the sternum, lift the chest, cobra. Tuck the toes, bum back, lift the hips, down dog. Couple of breaths here. Whether you're still or whether you're moving is totally up to you, as long as you're enjoying it. And then after a couple of breaths, gently look forward, walk the feet towards the hands. Now this time, keep your feet hip width apart. Lift up halfway and then exhale, fold over the thighs. From here, take hold of opposite elbow. So the arms are behind the head if possible. Your belly is collapsing and resting on the thighs. And then as you hold opposite elbow, see if you can almost like pull them. Remember, it's very subtle, but you kind of bring this awareness to the elbows. It's like you're lengthening the sides of the body down towards the mat. The weight will shift towards the toes. Keep broadening the shoulders away from each other. Breathe for 3. So I've got my eyes closed right now because I feel quite safe and I know I can save myself by releasing my hands. Big breath in and out. Allow the belly to lift up on the inhale and soften down again on the exhale. So the spine is hanging and the backs of the legs are opening. Head and neck is just hanging. One more big breath in and out if you're still there. And then if, like me, you've got your eyes closed, gently flick them open. Release hands to the floor. Lift the face and chest. Bend the knees. And again, allowing the arms to hang heavy. Keep looking down as you slowly unwind yourself back up. Once you're up, lift up the arms and spread the fingers wide. Lift the heels. Shoulders press down. Fix your gaze. Add core and pelvic floor. Let's see if we can balance for 2. Shoulders press down and broaden. Fingers spread for 1. Heels down, hands to heart center, feet together. Tadasana, palms face forward, shoulders roll up, back and down. Good work. From Tadasana, arms up, inhale, look up, lengthen. Hands to the floor, exhale, fold. Look forward, inhale. If you can, hold your breath and step or jump, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, push the chest through the hands, and then exhale, push back. Lift the hips, down dog. Big breath in and out. Let everything go. Always remind yourself you're doing the best you can. You're not here to torture yourself. You're just here to move and breathe and see what you can try. Right leg up. This time, sweep the right foot towards the top of the mat and then bring your left knee down. Left foot flat back. Push through the front heel and slowly come up to low lunge. Adjust if you need to. So my back foot's coming off my mat, so I'm just going to creep forward. So arms are up, fingers are spreading, shoulders are down, chin slightly lifts, look forward. We're going to ease into this low lunge. So just see what it's like to gently go into this front hip and come back. If it feels comfortable here, stay here. If it feels more comfortable here, stay there. So you choose which one you want. And then inhale, lift up, open the elbows wide to cactus. So elbows are in line with shoulders, heart is open, fingers are spreading. Keep the front of the throat long so you're not compressing the back of the neck. Shoulders press away. Breathe into the heart center for 3. Let everything go. For 2. 1 more. And now look forward, sweep the hands behind you and bring your hip back, lift up the front toes. So we're just going to repeat half splits to low lunge a few times. So from here, inhale, arms up, low lunge. Exhale, sweep hands back, lift the toes and push into that right hip. So you'll feel the hamstring on the back of the front thigh. 3 more, inhale, low lunge, lift up. Exhale, lift the toes. Remember to try and go back into this right hip because otherwise you'll go over to that bent knee and not get the stretch. 2 more. Inhale, looking good. Exhale, half splits. Last one, inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Now, come back to your low lunge. Have blocks by the top of your mat if you need to. And remember, you can have more than one go. So if something doesn't work out for you, you can try again. So bring your hands either side of the front foot. See if you can put your belly on your thigh. Tuck up the back toes, lift up the back knee. Keeping your belly on your thigh, creep your hands to the top corners of the mat. And then you bend the back knee, hop, keeping that connection. See if you can kick up the back leg and look at the knee. Standing splits. Remember, you can come back and then go back up and come back. So your hands can creep from the top corners towards the foot, depending on your ability today. So standing splits. Keep looking at the knee. Let's hold for 3. Breathe for 2. 1 more. As you lift the face, back toes hit the mat. Flatten the palms, round the upper back, drag this leg. See if you can release and extend high plank. Knees down. Chaturanga. Lift the chest. Cobra. Now we're just going to rest before doing the other side. So push back to child's pose. Dome the fingertips, lift the elbows, rest the forehead, close the eyes. So we're in an active child's pose. Breathe into the hips. So if there's something you'd want to change on the other side, please do. And if I've moved on to the next thing and you're still having a couple of goes, make it your own practice. Okay, we're not performing. We're here to try stuff out. Leave what you don't like. Do more of what you do like. That is not what my yoga teacher says. My yoga teacher says, do what you don't like. 1 more breath. I'm like that rebellious student. And then lift the face, flatten the palms. Hinge softly forward, tuck up the toes. Hinge back, lift the hips, bringing you back to down dog. Couple of wriggles out. If you feel anything through the hips or the sides of the body, do a few twists and open up so that you're not holding on to tension from one pose to the other. And then left leg up. Left foot to the top of the mat. Right knee down, right foot flat back. Push that front heel, come up, low lunge. Making any adjustments you might need. Shoulders press down, fingers spread. Ease into that low lunge. So gently going forward and back, seeing which one suits you more, where you can relax a tiny bit. So I'm going to stay here today. What's important is this back foot and back toe, because if these areas are light, everything is on your knee. So you have to learn to distribute the weight by pressing the shin and the foot into the mat. Inhale, lift up, open elbows wide to cactus. Spread the fingers, chest and heart center is fully open. As you look up, let's breathe for 3. Think about the belly button to the sternum, shoulders broaden away from each other, soften the face for 2. 1 more big breath in and out. Slowly bring the gaze back to center. Inhale. This time, exhale, sweep the hands behind you, lift the toes and push into that left hip. Exhale. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, low lunge. 2 more. Exhale, reach the hands back, drive into that left hip. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. And then as we meet back in low lunge, decide whether you needed blocks or a chair or something, or maybe you use your body. Hands to the floor, brick or blocks or something. So my hands are either side of my front foot, my belly is on my thigh. I'm going to catch my breath back. And then tuck up the back toes, lift the back knee. Keeping my belly and thigh connected. I'm going to tip into that front foot, hop the back foot in. Creep the hands forward to each corner of the mat. And then lean into the front leg and just tip or float the back foot up. This, when the leg goes up, you can creep the hands towards the standing leg ankle, and you can look towards the shin or the knee. Breathe for 3. If the belly needs to lift up on the inhale, let it, and then exhale, soften down. 2 more. Last one. And then lift the face, bend the knee, back toes hit the mat. Flatten the palms, round the back, collect your leg, and then release and extend to high plank. Knees down, chin and chest halfway down, elbows in. Roll the shoulders, drag the belly button, lift the chest. And again, we're going to go back to an extended child's pose. So as you rest the forehead, dome the fingertips, lift the elbows, close the eyes, and breathe for 3. Nice big breaths in and out. For 2. One more. And then lift the face, open the eyes, and creep the hands in towards the body so you're seated. So I'm just going to demo the next pose because it's a challenging pose. So I want you to only do what you can. If you've got a wall, you could do this with your entire body next to the wall. But if you don't, or you've got a chair would be good if your balance is not so strong. Don't forget your blocks if you need them. So I'm just going to demo the way we're going to get into it. We're going to have one leg up to the top of the mat. You're going to either have a hand on a block or hand on the floor. Other hand's going to be on the hip. Then we're going to lean, lift. So a bit like what we've just done. And then we're going to start to turn the belly. So we're going to open the belly and the chest and maybe raise up the arm. So for those of you who really want a challenge, you'd let go of the block. Hold on, I need to move away. So you would have the block in your hand if you're someone who is new to this. So you can pick it up and put it back down. You can see with balance why you can't move your eyes. As soon as I move my head, I'm all over the place. So you can do it without anything. And you can transition back to warrior two. So then you can hop, fly, open, bend the knee, warrior two. Hop, fly, open. Please, please move carefully and slowly with this. I'd rather you're like this than if you suddenly jolt because you're on one leg going one way and a hip opening the other. So, not to terrify you, the reason I said chair is because you could do it here. So you could put your hand on the chair and be here. And then you could learn to let go of the chair or the sofa. Okay, let's see what we can do. So, don't get put off. It's good for your core, your pelvic floor, your balance, and your overall health. The challenging poses in yoga, the reason they're good is because they require your entire focus. So you can't think, am I doing this good or bad? You are so focused on mindfully moving. Your brain gets a rest. Hinge forward, hinge back, lift up. Big breath, keep the face soft and smiley, otherwise it thinks that you're going to do something horrible. Right leg up, right foot to the top of the mat, dome the fingertips. This is where you would take hold of your block, or you would put your domed fingertips or flat palm into the top right corner of the mat. Release left hand to left hip, bend the back knee, hop in, float up, and then gently see if you can start to look to the left. Maybe this is where you're at. Maybe you're here with your leg bent and your foot only a tiny bit off the mat. Maybe your hand is off and your both arms are up. Whew. My balance is off today. I was doing this morning, so maybe I'm a bit fatigued. Good. If I show you from this side, it's probably easier. So you've gone from here. Remember, you can have more than one go. As I lift up, I open up. Very strong half moon pose. Transition. Try transitioning to warrior two, leaning, lifting, opening, and then back to warrior two.
I knew that. I
Breath or so. Good. Yeah, maybe sweat. I'm just giving enough time for those. So in my class this morning, I had lots of students briefly trying, back to their warrior two, briefly trying. Remember, I said the focus it takes, you'd be moving really slowly, really mindfully, and stopping before you're fatigued. Let's do the other side. Meet in high plank. Lower down to chaturanga, low plank. Tiny flick of the heels. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, push back. Down dog. Couple of breaths. So if you're out of breath, have a moment. Don't overwhelm the system. The class is nearly done. This is the challenging pose of the class. Left leg up. Left foot to the top of the mat. Dome the fingertips, look forward. Take left hand to left corner. Kick up the back leg. Maybe take your right hand to your belly. So again, I'm a big advocate for getting to know your body. And then whether you've got a block or hands on the floor, you can see if you can slowly start to look to the right and lift up that top hand. If you can, bend the knee, come to warrior two or a rough warrior two. Lean, hop, float, open. The best way to know what this pose is supposed to feel like is to be against a flat wall where you don't have to try and do the balance bit. You just have to enjoy the opening. If you can't do this pose and you're sat on your mat watching because you think, wow, that is ridiculous, you are right. It is an extremely advanced pose. That's why you have to practice with some fun, because you don't have to do it, you don't have to achieve it, you just have to move, try, and give up when you think it's too much. Good to see you two on screen. A couple more breaths if you're having a play. Woo. And then when you're finished, back to your warrior two. Arms up and over, release yourself to a high plank. Chaturanga, low plank. Lengthen, cobra or up dog. And then push back, down dog. From here, look forward, bend the knees. Do a tiny hop towards the hands. Cross the ankles and sit down. Or make your way to seated, however makes sense to you. If you're comfortable, hands either side of the hips, tiny roll back, roll forward. If you don't like roll backs, you could do bridge. I like roll backs because they kind of release and get rid of any kind of tension that I've held on to. And my back sometimes clicks, which is also nice. And then when you've done that a few times, come to your back on the mat, knees bent. Pause for a moment, just feeling the body weight on the mat. So what parts of the body can you feel on the floor? Maybe your heart's racing. Maybe you got hot. Maybe you found it a challenge. Maybe it was too much for you today. So just being still, paying attention to the after effects of practicing. It's these fuzzy feelings and tingling and length and space, after effects of the poses. Let's end with a spinal twist. Extend your left leg to the top of the mat and bend your right knee to your chest. Right arm out to the side, back of the hand heavy on the floor. Take your left hand to your right knee. Now, before you do anything, think about the right lower side of your back. Now, as you start to press the kneecap up towards your face, maybe you can feel the back start to lengthen. When you can't press up anymore, strongly press the thigh down towards the belly. So you should hopefully feel the back lengthen on the mat. Keeping this connection with thigh and belly, roll gently over to the left. As you start to roll over, maybe lift up the left hip and give it a tiny shrug over to the right. So you've got your knee and pelvis to the left, your face and chest to the ceiling or the sky, and then close the eyes. Tell the body to let go. Soften the face, soften the body. Take a deep breath into the lower back. Inhale. And then exhale everything away. Next, take a deep breath into the middle back. See if you can puff up the breath. And then exhale everything away. You'll find your shoulders become heavier, the face becomes softer, and the leg goes towards the floor. Last big breath up into the right shoulder, right pectoral muscle of the chest. Inhale. And exhale. As you just lie there with the eyes closed, allow everything to just relax and let go. Let's hold and breathe together here for 3. Opening all of those areas of the body and sending new blood, oxygen, and energy there will increase and improve your circulation for 2. So the body gets to move and the mind gets to focus on the breath. One more big breath in and out. Slowly and gently open the eyes and roll yourself back to center. The body will feel completely out of alignment, so allow the hips and everything to lift up and replace itself, finding its kind of center again. And then other side as you extend the right leg. Left knee to chest, left arm out to the side, right hand to left knee. Again, this time think and visualize your lower left back. Press the knee up towards the face as far as it will go. Feel the sides and back body lengthen. And then squeeze that thigh down strongly towards the belly. Feel that connection in the back. That release. There's no compression. And then keep that tight activation as you roll to the right. Lifting up that right heel, shrugging it a tiny bit under. Same thing. So your leg and pelvis face the right, your chest and face the ceiling. Close the eyes. Tell the body to let go. As you take a deep breath into the lower back, inhale. Exhale everything away. Next, inhale into the middle back, puff up the breath. Inside, inhale. And then disperse the breath as you exhale. Notice how the body becomes heavier and softer in the face. Last one. Inhale up into that left shoulder, left pectoral muscle. And exhale everything away. As you allow the entire body to become heavy, breathe for 3. Hold for 2. And enjoy taking one more big breath in and out. As you release the right hand, gently flick open the eyes and again, slowly roll yourself back to your back on the mat. Allowing the body to adjust itself, to wriggle, to fidget. And we're going to end on a happy baby. So bringing both knees to chest, soles of the feet face the ceiling, arms up. Take hold of outer calf, outer ankle or outer foot. And this time you press the feet down and you open the knees either side of the chest. So you're holding up your legs and you're weighting them down with the weight and awareness of the arms. And now feel your body weight again on that middle part of the back as you rock gently side to side. Face is soft, maybe your eyes are closed. Connect back to the breath. So yoga is a moving meditation. And when you focus on the breath, you become fully present and the mind is focused. So you combine body movement with stillness of the mind. And that's how you get the benefits of yoga. Couple more breaths here. Letting everything go. And then when you feel the face is soft, you can bring the soles of the feet together, release the hands and lower down the feet. Maybe taking a couple of bridge waves. So as you squeeze the bum up, arms come up overhead. And then as you lower down, arms come down, just in case you're holding on to any tension. One more. Inhale, lift up and exhale, soften down. Knees side to side. As you get yourself ready for Shavasana. So Shavasana is time for your body to receive, retain and process everything you've just done, especially if you tried something new today or a new teacher, or maybe you've tried yoga for the first time. Give yourself time to process that. Whether you have your legs straight or your feet as wide as the mat with the knees touching together, or maybe you have soles of the feet together, knees wide. Arms can be in cactus or face down on the belly. Allowing the body to fidget and wriggle, finding its place of comfort. When it stops fidgeting, close the eyes. Start to bring softness to the face, the shoulders, the throat, and the jaw. As you soften the space between the eyebrows, allow that area to broaden and bring softness there, so the face is not holding on to tension. Have a gap between your teeth and remove the tongue from the back of the teeth or the roof of the mouth. As your face remains entirely blank, let's start to observe the breath. As you inhale and exhale, follow the breath with your mind as you track its journey throughout the body, flowing between the tissues and cells. And I'll talk you around in a couple of minutes. Enjoy having to do nothing apart from breathe. Slowly start to take some deeper inhales into the side ribs before exhaling everything away. Take another full inhale and full exhale. As you slowly move the head from side to side, extend the fingers, wriggle the toes. As you draw your knees together or bend your knees before rolling to your right hand side. As you make your way back to any seated position of your choice, keep the gaze soft and towards the floor. And then once you're seated, sit up tall. As you bring your hands to your heart center, close the eyes. Very subtle sensation of your tailbone drawing down towards the mat and the spine lifting up and lengthening out of the pelvis. Have a gentle pressure between the palms, lift the corners of the elbows and allow your chin to hang naturally towards your chest. Eyes are closed, but you're gazing towards your heart center as you send your breath up and down the spine. Taking this moment to thank your body for allowing you to move and breathe and try. And then extending that love and gratitude to yourself for your time, your commitment, and your energy to practice. Have a great week, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.